Well, welcome to another Grandpa Sports video, and we are once again here on the campus of Staley High School at the Falcon Fieldhouse, as tonight the Staley Falcons are going to be taking on the Lee Summit North Broncos. Going to be just a little bit of a height disadvantage, as two of the starters from North are going to be going 6'4", 6'4", but we're going to counter tonight with Tyler Nugent. I think Zach Riley's still out. I think we had a little back injury there last week. I know he had ice on it. And looks like North will control the tip. We are underway here on a Tuesday night. And the first shot up by number 12. That's Rob Durbin, the 5'10" guard. And it is a three. And right off the bat, North comes out here with a full court press. Staley running the weave here. North in a man-to-man defense. Brian Young with the ball. Looking to Trevor. Staley showing quite a bit of patience, working that ball, working the ball, working the ball. And Tyler Nugent makes a cross-court pass, and it's going to be taken away. Brian Young, I believe, knocked it away, but it's going to go out of bounds. Zach Riley is going to check in here really quick. Not sure why he didn't start. Looks like Staley here might be trying to go with all their bigs tonight, with Brinkmeyer, Nugent, now Zach Riley in there. Of course, Hatfield, Brian Young. Another three try by Durbin, but it's no good. They're going to get it into the paint, into one of the big boys, and it will fall. That's going to be Tyler Anderson, the 6'4" junior, and it's 5-0. One of the problems Staley has had this year is they seem to fall behind early and then have a really hard time digging out. Get a pass to Brian Young, and they're going to call a jump ball on that. How they're doing that, I'm not sure, because it didn't look like either player had possession of it for any length at all. Staley ball under their own basket, inside to Zach Riley, and it's no good. It was short. And Lee Summit right down with it. A spin move inside to Matt Elwood, the 6'4" senior, and it's 7-0. Zach looking over at coach like, hey, what are we going to do? Zach's going to turn around, gets it inside to Tyler. Tyler looks at the basket. I think Zach's wanting to do it, but he's going to kick it out to Hatfield. Just about knocked away. John, and here goes Brian Young with the drive, but it's up on the glass. No good. Brian's going to put it back up. And that looks like it probably will be a foul on Will Harrington, the 6'2" senior from Lee Summit North.
Will Harrington, that's his first, team's first.
And Brian Young now going to the line, shooting two. First one's up and no good for Brian. Brian Young, 6'3" senior here from Staley. Second one's up, no good. Once again, the lid is on the basket for Staley as they come out pretty cold here to start out with. And try to get a pass inside, but it's looked like Harrington really couldn't handle it. I'm not going to say that a Staley player knocked it away. Just looked like he had some spin on it and he just couldn't control it. Zach out front, and there's going to be a steal by Harrington. He's going to drive. He's going to lay up the layup.
Will Harrington.
And it's going to be 9-0 now. Inside to Tyler Nugent. Looks at Brinkmeyer. Inside to Zach. Mr. Basketball, Zach Riley puts up the first two for Staley. Zach not starting, but coming back out and doing the job, getting the work done. Two for Zach, first two. Going to get it to Harrington, and that's going to be a foul on John Hatfield, I'm pretty sure, and a basket will count. And looks like Will Harrington's going to be going to the line once again. The 6'2" senior here for Lee Summit North. Chris Robinson's going to check in here.
And Ryan Sorrell checking in for the Broncos.
Got the Falcon over here visiting with somebody. Getting some hand slaps here. The only shot up, and boy, just kind of dangled on the rim there and finally fell off to the side. I believe that was Hatfield with the rebound. Zach looking inside, and they're going to call Harrington for reaching around. Foul on number 11.
That was on Will Harrington. That's his second.
That's two team fouls for Lee Summit North, one for Staley. Zach makes a little movement toward the basket, gets it off to Hatfield. John is going to turn around, but it's off the rim. Here's Hatfield for a three, and it's no good. And they're going to call a foul on Trevor Lamb for hitting him on the arm, I believe. We got 3:10 to play here in the first quarter. And it is Lee Summit North 11, Staley 2. North looking inside, going to kick it up to the top of the key. Long three off the front of the rim. Brian Young gets a hand on it, but Trevor comes away with it. And Trevor makes a drive toward the basket, and they are going to call a foul on, I believe that was Richard Chapman, a 6-foot junior. I'm sorry, that was somebody else. Ryan Sorrell is who the foul was on. Get it into Michael Brinkmeyer, and I believe they're going to call Matt Elwood for slapping him on the arm as Michael was trying to swing the ball around. Going to kick it way out to Trevor Lamb, and the guy that's guarding him is only about 2 or 3 inches taller than he is. They're going to steal it and get it to Matt Elwood, the 6'4" senior, and he lays it up. And now it's 13-2. And we've still got 2:23 to play here in the first quarter. Into Brian Young, but it's going to get knocked away, then thrown away. Zach looking to lay it up on the glass, but does not fall. And here comes Lee Summit North. And that is going to be Will Harrington. And I think he got fouled in the act. The foul's going to be on Brian Young. That'll be a third team foul here with Harrington at the line. Shooting two now. Harrington makes the first one.
Checking in for the Falcons.
Looks like Jody Kraft is going to come in for Zach Riley. I'm going to give Zach a break. Like I say, Zach having some back trouble there last week. Zach usually playing some long minutes every game, and I think Coach kind of spotting him out here a little bit. Ball off of Trevor's foot. Jody now is going to drive and pull up, and it's going to be short. No good. Nice drive and attempt to pass by Richard Chapman, but it gets away from Matt Elwood, goes out of bounds. And they're going to call it, looks like, off of a Staley player. Looks like Staley has gone to the zone defense, which I'm pretty sure they were playing a man-to-man, to be honest. I wasn't watching that closely. But they were in a zone in that last series of plays there. And here's a shot by Hatfield off the near side top of the rim with a high bounce and a rebound to Lee Summit. Staley staying with the zone as they come over and trap Anderson on this side, but he kicks it over to the far side, and they're going to call that a three. And that's going to make it 17-2, and that was Chapman that made that, as we are down to 35 seconds here to go in the first quarter. 17-2, Lee Summit North. Jody looking for an open spot to drive, no good, and the coach says, give it up, Jody. Tarver loses it on the floor. Here we are at 12, 11, 10. Trevor with the ball, looking for a place to take a shot, puts up a fake, no good. 2, 1, and it's no good. It was after the buzzer, no good, but here after 8 minutes of play, it's going to be Lee Summit North 17, Staley Falcons 2. Let's check out the Staley cheerleaders there. North puts it in play here for the second quarter. We're ready to go. Kick it around to the far side, back out to the top, over onto the near side, cross court, looking inside, and that's going to be a block, I believe, by Brian Young. Staley trying to recover to get back into that zone. Here's a three, and it's a little too strong off the rim to this side. Hatfield with the rebound. Michael Brinkmeyer gets it, Brian Young, and they're going to call traveling on Brian. And it looks like the lid is still on the basket. Staley with only 2 points in the first quarter. Once again, they're going to get it inside to one of the big boys, Matt Elwood, 6'4" senior. And they're going to call a foul. It's like a pushing foul on Brian Young. That should be 2 on Brian.
Michael Brinkmeyer, that's his first.
No, I'm sorry. On Michael Brinkmeyer, that's his first foul. And it's a 3, no good. A little strong off the heel of the rim. Lee Summit player runs out of bounds and kicks it back. Zach Riley comes up with it. Zach shoots, but no good. Lee Summit looking inside, kick it around the outside. Inside, outside. Harrington into one of the big boys, outside. And Brian Young has got the man tied up. Looked like a jump ball, but they're not going to call it. Michael Brinkmeyer slaps at it. Man, Lee Summit controls it. They come back out, set it up outside. Start a bunch of away from the ball movement. Staley still in the zone, into the big boy. He throws it up, no good. But looks like Matt Elwood is going to get the rebound. I wouldn't say uncontested, but pretty much by himself. Has an easy shot right under the basket. And Harrington's going to knock it away from Zach Riley. Nathan Fulkerson's going to come in for Michael Brinkmeyer. Hatfield with the ball. He's going to drive. Looked like he wanted to pull up. He guarded too close. Fulkerson kicks it out to Zach Riley. Jody Kraft. Hatfield makes a cut. No pass. Zach inside. Brian Young inside. Hatfield in the corner. Jody Kraft is going to make a drive for the basket, but it's no good. And North comes away with it. I'm going to go inside to Tyler Anderson. 6'4" junior, and he is going to get whacked on the arm, and looks like he's been doing battle somewhere else this week or last weekend, as he's got looks like a nice Band-Aid over the right eye. And he's going to be shooting too. That's going to be 15 foul on Staley.
Tyler Anderson good on first.
First shot's good for Tyler.
Trevor Lamb.
Looks like Trevor Lamb is going to check in, and John Hatfield's going to sit down for a while. 4:25 to play here in the second quarter. Anderson sinks the second one. 21-2 is the score. Zach with it in the lane, puts it up, no good. Zach's gonna knock it away and save it from going out of bounds and tries to throw it back. And they're gonna call turning the ball over on Andrew Spellman.
Hey, there's Swoop up there entertaining the crowd.
And looks like Coach Wheeler is going to call a timeout, kind of talk things over. So we'll take a little bit of a break here, catch our breath, and we'll be back with second quarter play. Play back underway. Jody with the ball. And Zach, Mr. Basketball Riley, puts up a three, and it goes in, and it's 21-5 now. Inside to the big guy, Matt Elwood, the senior, with two more. What's Matt got already? Matt with 8 points so far, Grandma the scorekeeper says. And looks like
30-second timeout.
Coach is wanting some action out there. I think he's wanting them to move the ball around, and they're not doing it. So coach is going to talk to him and say, if we're going to run this, we're going to run it right. It's got to be quick. We'll be back in just a minute. Staley ball. And it looks like they're trying to do this spread offense here. And there's Zach with another shot off the front of the rim. No good. And they're going to kick it ahead here to Rob Durbin, but he doesn't take the shot. But it's still going to be Lee Summit ball out of bounds here on the near sideline. 2:51 to play, 23-5. Looks like Lee Summit coach is going to pull some boys off the bench and stick them in. So he's got 3 players over there at the table. Harrington with the shot, but no good. Durbin with the rebound. Kick it out front, back inside. Harrington inside, left hand, no good. And it's going to be a rebound to Anderson. He misses. Now Riley comes away with it. Zach looks like he wants to go all the way to the basket. And there we go. John the Shooter Hatfield. He cracks a 3 and finally gets that lid off the basket. 23-8 now. And a drive. Oh, nice, very nice. Under the new scoop layup on the reverse side of the basket by Andrew Spellman. And another shot by Zach Riley. Looks like maybe Staley going to go with the 3 ball. Looks like a nice easy layup to Will Harrington as the defense breaks down for Staley. And another backdoor play. It's like Chad Hall and Jody waiting to check in over there. And a 3 by Xavier Smith, no good. Rebound, Lee Summit North. 1:14 to play. Lee Summit North. And here's a shot from the top of the key, no good. Inside rebound by Tyler Anderson, as Staley just has no answer for that height, it looks like. Nice play. And Brian, the driver Young, gets 2. Harrington on the other end. Hatfield with the rebound. 38 seconds. 29-10. Here's John with another 3, no good. Lee Summit North with the rebound. Just about out of bounds, but Elwood hangs on to it. Now it looks like North is going to hang back and shoot for the last shot as we're down to 10 seconds to go here in the second quarter until the half. And here's a 3 try, no good. Rebound by Tyler Anderson, and he's going to get the last points of the half. And at the half, it is going to be Lee Summit North Broncos 31, Staley Falcons 10. We'll be back with second half action here in just a little while.
Hey, folks.
Well, we're just about ready to go with second half action here. Give you a little rundown on the scoring. For Staley, Zach Riley's got 5, Brian Young 2, and John Hatfield 3. For Lee Summit, it's going to be Will Harrington. He's got 7. Tyler Anderson, he's got 6. Matt Elwood 8, and Durbin has got 3. That's your scoring totals for the first half. Young's going to kick it back out to Michael Brinkmeyer, and Michael, the body Brinkmeyer, is going to get a 3, boy, to open the second half. 31-13 here now. Michael inside doing battle with some of these big boys. John Hatfield with the steal, and John the Shooter is going to get 2 more, and looks like Staley comes out here with a full court press. Staley definitely playing with some enthusiasm here. Coach Wheeler must have lit a fire as they come out shooting, and Tyler Nugent's going to get called on that as Tyler Anderson, the 6'4" junior, wanted to do a little turnaround jumper, but Tyler Nugent fouls him. First shot's going to be up and in. Tyler Anderson going to get one more here. And that one there is in and out. Brian Young comes away with the ball. And they're going to call traveling. On Brian. 32-15, Lee Summit North, the leader here, as we've just started second half. 6:41 to go. Drive by Harrington to the basket. And I think that looked like he called a jump ball. And the possession arrow is to the north side, so they get it. I'm going to kick it out front. Staley now in that man-to-man. Playing with a little more get up and go, I think, than they did in the first half. North looking inside, looking to the inside. And a good defensive play there by Staley as they stood their ground on that one. Didn't give anything up, and they come away with the ball. Trevor Lamb going to drive to the far side. Brinkmeyer out front. Michael wants to go inside, changes his mind, kicks it out to Hatfield. Now John Hatfield makes the drive, kicks it to Brian. Back to John. Pass just a little strong.
Ryan Sorrell and Chris Robinson in for the Broncos. Jody Kraft and Xavier Smith in for the Falcons.
Jody Kraft and Xavier Smith check in for the Falcons. Brian Young and Trevor Lamb go out. Gets blocked, I believe. Lee Summit North's going to control it. I'm going to have to say, man, the bounces have definitely went toward Lee Summit North's favor in this game. And Tyler Nugent's going to get called for another foul there as he goes for the block
On Tyler Nugent.
on Matt Elwood.
On the line, shooting one, Matt Elwood.
Going to be shooting one. 35-15, 20-point lead. Yes. And then they're going to call traveling on Jody as he planted one foot and then switched to another, so that's going to be a traveling call. Jody gets the ball back, looks to the basket. He's going to pull up. And the shot's no good, not even close to the rim, but he's going to get to shoot two, it looks like, as the foul was on Ryan Sorrell, the 5'10" junior. Jody Kraft shooting two. And it's no good. Nathan Fulkerson's going to check in. Tyler Nugent's going to sit down. So we got Nathan Fulkerson, Michael Brinkmeyer, Jody Kraft, John Anderson, and Xavier Smith in for the Falcons. This one here is going to bounce off to the side too. Jody Well, I don't know if you could credit him with the steal, but the ball did get knocked away as Staley in some full court pressure here. Hatfield knocks it away, but of course he can't get to it. It goes out of bounds. Beatley Summit North ball, and Staley trying to climb back into this game with some full court pressure. And some of it's working. Here is a three off the front of the rim, no good. Jody's going to go for a drive, kicks it out to Xavier, but it is short. At least Summit North comes back with their version, and it looks like Will Harrington will drop that in there. North in the transition, going to get 2 points out of the play. .3:15 to go here in the third quarter. Here's Hatfield with a three, no good. Ball kind of gets knocked around a little bit, but North's going to come away with it. And into Harrington. Give the senior two more. 39-15. Here's Hatfield, drive to the basket.
John Hatfield.
I think that's 6 points for John now. Make that 8, 7. Get it into the big boy there, Matt Elwood, and it looks like Michael Brinkmeyer is going to get him on, slapping him on the arm.
That's his second, team's third on the line, shooting two, Matt Elwood.
That'll be the third team foul for Staley. They have come out a little bit more aggressive here in the defense, second half. Elwood shooting two, he makes the first
Zach
one.
Riley, Chad Hall, and Tyler Nugent checking in for the Falcons.
Staley comes in with 3 new rested players. Going to have Zach Riley back in, Tyler Nugent, and Chad Hall.
Going good. Tyler Anderson checking in for the Broncos.
Elwood makes the second one. Make it 41-17. Chad gets it knocked away, but he recovers. Chad tries to get a pass into Tyler Nugent, but it's intercepted. They kick it ahead. Devin Woods misses, and here comes Chad Hall. And Chad, when you care enough to send the very best Hall, is going to make that, give Chad Hall 2 points. Nice move by Anderson through the lane, tried to scoop it up, but I think he got fouled probably well before the shot. It's going to be on Tyler Nugent. That'll be 3 on him, 4 team fouls.
On the line, shooting two, Tyler Anderson.
Anderson will be shooting too.
Anderson good.
And looks like Trevor is going to check in for Tyler Nugent. Well, you might say we got the short lineup in there right at the moment, other than Tyler Nugent. Oh, Tyler Nugent just went out, I'm sorry. Anderson makes both. Inside to Zach, and it's going to be knocked away. The Chad Hall recovers. Here's Chad Hall with a 3, and Chad Hall is going to drop that. Nice shot by Chad. Chad coming off the bench and definitely giving Staley a little bit of a pickup here with intensity as well as shooting. (43-22) with 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. North gets it inside. They're going to call traveling on the 6'4" junior, Tyler Anderson. Ball over to Staley. Inside to Trevor the Kid Lamb, and he is going to drop it. Trevor Lamb in the paint. Boy, something unusual for Staley in this game against this team here. Some really good defense by Lee Summit North with their man-to-man. But Trevor is going to get one right under the basket. No good by Anderson. Zach Riley with the rebound. Staley down court. Here's Zach. Zach, Mr. Basketball. Riley makes it just before the buzzer, and Staley trying to climb back into this game. It's going to be Lee Summit North 43, Staley 27. Okay, we're ready to start the fourth quarter. Once again, North with a 43-27 lead. Staley has gotten it back to 16 points. Here's Zach with a 3 off the front, no good. And it goes out of bounds. Fulkerson almost had a hand on it, but could not quite catch up with it.
Hatfield back in for the Falcons.
Hatfield checks back in for Xavier Smith. Pass was just a little overthrown, but Lee Summit North recovers to control it. Go inside to the big boy, Tyler Anderson, and it looked like somebody even had a hand on him, but it's still, he got it up and in. Anderson with the drive, pull up, no good. Riley with the rebound, goes to Fulkerson, no good. Chad Hall has it for a minute. Anderson puts it up, no good. And North, after 3 shots by the Falcons, the Broncos come away with it. Here's a 3, no good. That was Chapman with the try. Zach now is going to try a layup with the left hand, no good. Rebound to North. Inside to the big guy. Tyler Anderson, the 6'4" junior, as North succeeds in splitting Staley wide open, and they find a seam there and get it inside to Anderson. Fulkerson with the ball. Trevor Lamb going to drive through the lane, back to Zach. Zach looks inside, pulls up, and that'll be 2 for Zach Riley. And Trevor Lamb is going to reach in on that, and he's going to get called for the foul. It's going to be 5th team foul on Trevor. Brian Young, Nathan Fulkerson, Jody Kraft check in, and Chad Hall, Zach Riley, and Trevor Lamb check out.
Jody Kraft, Brian Young, and Tyler Nugent in for the Falcons.
Drive, try to go inside, and Spellman saves it. Lee Summit keeps control. And they're going to call
That's his first.
That's going to be on Chris Robinson, as him and Nathan Fulkerson were underneath doing some battle under there. Two of the big boys on the inside. Jody playing some real pressure, tough defense there. Finally gets called for reaching in on Spellman. That's going to be the 7th team foul. So it looks like Spellman now be going to the line, shooting a 1-1.
For the Broncos, Andrew Spellman.
And that is going to be out of bounds on Spellman as he misses the free throw, and Tyler Nugent coming back trying to get it before it went out of bounds, but it's going to be off of Spellman. Staley ball. Here's Jody with a three. It's short. Fulkerson with the rebound. Jody recovers. Going to kick it out to John Hatfield, and it's in and out. And I think they are going to call a foul on Robinson again. Going to be Staley ball out of bounds. Only the 3rd team foul on North. Here's Jody with another three, and Jody Kraft will drop that three.
Jody Kraft with a three.
Mr. Hustle picks up the ball behind the three-point lane and drops the three. He gets the ball again, and see he's going to pull up for a two, and Jody Kraft's going to get it. Mr. Hustle down court again. They've got it down to 13. Well, check that. That'll be 15. As Jalen Ford made that shot. Here's Jody, kicks it into Tyler Nugent again. And that's going to be a foul on Chris Robinson. Boy, that's been 3 fouls on Robinson really quick here. And Tyler Nugent is going to be going to the line, shooting 2.
Fouls on Chris Robinson, that's his 3rd.
Pace of the play has really picked up here in this second half. Here's Tyler's first shot, and it is good. Tyler, tall as a tree. Nugent is going to sink both of those. And it's down to 13 points. As Staley still trying to get back in this, and it's going to be a traveling call there on Rob Durbin. 3:43 to go, 13 points. That would be 5 possessions. Here's Jody Kraft with another three. And Jody, the Mr. Hustle, he drops another one and then gets knocked on his keister. And that's going to be off of Spellman. And the ball's going to go over to Staley, and that's going to be how many points for Jody Kraft? That's 8 points for Jody Kraft, all of them here in the second half. Jody looking to make a pass. This is going to be a jump ball, and it's getting taken away as one of the North players kicks it out. If Staley could close up that inside, we're down to 3:05 to play here. Looks like the lid finally came off the basket here, as we're having some pretty good shooting here in the second half by Staley. And I think we're going to have a timeout as Coach Mike Hilbert calls a timeout, wants to talk to the troops. He's not particularly liking what he's seeing here, I don't think, as Staley has climbed back into the game. You might say, even though they are 10 points behind here still with 2:49 to go. We'll be right back after this timeout. North will put the ball in play under their own basket. Staley getting it back to 10 points. And that's going to be a reaching in foul on Jody. That'll be the 8th team foul.
That's his second.
That'll be Durbin, the 5'11" junior, going to the line here to shoot a 1-on-1.
Rob Durbin.
Can we trade fouls for points? Durbin's going to drop the first one. I know Coach Wheeler played the clock really well in that last game, as they really tried to control them last few minutes of the game with fouls and then trying to come down and get points. Anderson with the ball. John going to pull up. It's short. And that's still only the 5th team foul, so
that's his first.
I think it was on Durbin. No, I'm sorry, 22. Woods. Here's Zach with a 2, no good. Tyler Nugent going to get the rebound, and Tyler, tall as a tree, Nugent is going to drop that. And Coach Wheeler with a fantastic jump and a tee toward the referee is going to call timeout here with 2:16 to go. Staley just 10 points behind, making quite a comeback, as one time there early in the first half it was 15, 18 points, 20 points, I believe. And Staley gets it back down to just 10 points now, as we got 2:16 to play. We'll be back after this timeout. Okay, Staley more or less going with some small ball here, as we got a 3-guard offense or defense. However, maybe Coach Wheeler trying to go with some quickness here with a full court press, trying to get North to turn it over, as we've got Xavier Smith, Trevor Lamb, and Jody Kraft in there, along with Hatfield and Riley. So we're not exactly real tall right now, but we do have a lot of quickness with 3 guards, and Coach Wheeler immediately is going to pull Tyler Nugent up and send it this free throw here try by Devin Woods. And it's good. It's going to get it back up to 11 points. Tyler Nugent's going to come back in for Xavier Smith. I think Coach Wheeler wanted to go with that short lineup there on that full court press, like I say, using that speed, trying to get North to mishandle the ball. Second one's up, and Wood makes both of them. Or Woods, I'm sorry.
Woods good on both.
2 minutes to go exactly. 12 points. Here's Hatfield, and John the shooter Hatfield is going to dump another 3 there. And that gets it back to 9. We got to play some defense and get the ball. North really trying to turn it over, or I'm sorry, move it around. I think Staley needs to get a foul here pretty quick. Like I say, we'll trade free throws for points. Oh man, wide open underneath, as all of the Staley players were way out front. Woods has got a wide open shot under the basket, and we are back to 11. Jody's going for and Jody Kraft is going to drop a nice finger roll layup. But they need to foul here pretty quick, and finally they do, as we've got 1:12 to go, and still North with that 9-point lead. Zach Riley's going to get called on the foul, but that's only the first foul for Zach Riley. And Ryan Sorrell's going to be going to the line here. We'll see whether or not we can get a miss and a rebound. That's 10 team fouls, so he's going to be shooting 2. Riley. Sorrell makes the first one. We're back to 10. Second one's up and in. North man making the free throws. Here's Zach with an NBA three, but a high school finish on that as it don't even hit the rim. Long shot. And it's going to be North ball out of bounds. Tyler Nugent comes out. Coach going with that speed and short lineup. And it's going to be a foul on Jody Kraft. Foul on Jody Kraft.
That's his third.
And Chris Robinson's going to be going to the line shooting two.
Ryan Sorrell's buddy, Chris Robinson.
1:01 to play. North with an 11-point lead. Staley making a pretty good comeback here. Whether they win this game or not, have to be proud of the effort that they've made here, especially in the fourth quarter, to hang in this game. Jody Kraft with 10 points here just in the second half. Hatfield with some points. Gonna kick it. Zach Riley with 15. 10. I think this is going to be a season high for Jody Kraft. Hatfield with a long three off the front. No good. It's going to be a foul on Trevor the Kid Lamb. Staley has to foul here. Like I say, they're trying to trade some foul shots for points, but so far North making the foul shots. And at the line, it's going to be Rob Durbin, the junior, and he's going to sink the first one. How many foul shots have they made, do you know? Second one's up and in. And that's going to get it back to 13. Zach Riley with the ball. 44 seconds to play. Zach looking to kick it up. Here's Anderson. He had it cocked, but couldn't let it go. Jody Kraft with another three, and it's going to be long. Riley with the rebound. Can he control it? He had it momentarily, and it's going to be traveling on 33. Going to be Staley ball.
Made 17.
Grandma, the scorekeeper, says that Lee Summit North has made 17 points on free throws. And John, the shooter, Hatfield, man, he can dump those threes when he can figure out the range.
Full timeout called by the Falcons.
And pulls it back to within 10 as we've got 18-3 to go here in this game. We'll be back after the timeout. Okay, 18.3 to go. North in with the ball, and Jody Kraft's going to commit a foul really quick. As it stands right now, Staley still 4 possessions away from either tying or going ahead in this game, and that's going to send Ryan Sorrell, the 5'10 junior, to the line. Once again, North already with 17 points at the free throw line. Make it 18.
Ryan Sorrell. On the line.
That kicks it back up to 11. 11-point lead for North. Sorrell's second shot, and it is in. Make it 19 points at the line. Jody's going to kick it out to Zach. Zach with a three try, no good. Trevor knocks the ball away, but they can't hang on to it. 4, 3, 2, and Zach, Trevor Lamb will come up with the ball, and that's going to make it 10-point difference here at the end, which is considerably better than the 20-point deficit that we had early in the game. I'm going to recap the scoring here for you as soon as Grandma, the scorer, gets everything complete. For Staley, we got Michael Brinkmeyer with 2, Zach Riley 2, 4, 6, 8. Looks like 9 points. I'm sorry. 10 points for Zach Riley. 10 points for Jody Kraft. 5 for Chad Hall. 2 for Brian Young. John Hatfield with 13, I believe. 369, 11-13 for John Hatfield. Tyler Nugent with 2. Trevor Lamb with 4. And then for your Lee Summit North Broncos, it's going to be Will Harrison with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Devon Wood looks like 4. Ryan Sorrell, none. Tyler Anderson, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 17. Matt Elwood, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, looks like 13. And then Durbin with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, a valiant effort here by the Staley Falcons tonight to try to climb back into this. Like I say, Coach Wheeler had an inspirational speech at halftime to talk to these boys because they came out really gunning, and you could see a lot better play on defense. But just come up short here tonight, but still a really good effort by the Staley Falcons. But they're going to lose to the Lee Summit North Broncos 61-51. Well, folks, it's Tuesday night. We've still got one more game to go this week. I believe we play at Liberty North. I looked at that schedule earlier today. That'll be Friday night. So maybe we'll see you at the game Friday up at Liberty North, the new school here in the Kansas City area. Looking forward to seeing that. I understand they got a terrific scoreboard up there, almost like you'd see at Sprint Center. So hoping to see you at the game. If you haven't been out to a Falcon game yet this year, come on out, stop by and say hi to Grandpa and Grandma, as we'll be up there videoing the game. But that's going to wrap it up here for tonight. And once again, Staley loses to Lee Summit North. Everybody, have a good week, and we'll see you next game.